KCC105 for week number 4. Here's the second video on financial indexes. We're going to talk about a long-term index. In Blackboard, you saw this picture of the coal mining data. Whoa, it just disappeared on me right there. And you'll notice the long-term index, typically, there's a couple wrinkles here and there, but typically it's more smoother than the short-term, the month-by-month index, which has a lot of ups and downs. You'll see here, we started here at 100. It goes up, represents, okay, this is some growth in coal mining. Levels out, goes down a little bit here. You can see long-term trends from a long-term index. How do we create one? Well, we first need data. This website for the Bureau of Labor Statistics, we can get data on any consumer good. In the previous video, I walked through again how to get some data out of this. Pick the U.S. city average. Always the city average. We're just going to look at the urban data here. And now they have this long list of items that you can choose, any type. There's mine, ice cream. I love it. Click next form. This is the code for ice cream. You don't even need to worry about that. Hit retrieve data. And then the Bureau of Labor Statistics is going to spit you out 10 years of data on ice cream prices. Or, fair enough. It's going to spit out the data it has on your product. In this case, it has 10 years, so I'm all set. If you have a product that only has 1 or 2 years, choose again. I'm looking for 10 years of data. Once you have this 10 years of data, I like to go to more formatting options, column format, retrieve data. That puts my data nice and neat in a one column, which means when I download, it's much easier to work with. So I'm going to download that data, and then it shoots it out here in Excel. If you do not have Excel on your computer, this file you can open on Google Sheets. We've seen Google Sheets before, and every single formula works exactly the same in Excel and Google Sheets. All right, I'm going back to the version from the previous video where I had the ice cream prices and the month-by-month index. And you'll look at this formula right here and say, oh yeah, you divide this by that times 100. We need to do a long-term index here. Well, I can tell you the first one to start with without any calculations. It's going to start at 100. Indexes always start at 100. That's just sort of the rule. 100 means 100% means that's all the money that I started with. Let's see what happens after that. Equals. Then you're going to pick the price for that current year divided by the previous price right here. Looks familiar. This should be exactly the same as month by month. But here's the wrinkle. Before you hit enter or anything else, this value, 4.032, never changes. In other words, long-term means I'm always going to refer back to that. In Excel, if you if you're on a PC, hit the F4 button, and you'll see it puts little dollar signs onto your number. That means never change this 4.032. Never change it. In other words, I'm going to refer to it. That's going to be my baseline value. After you do that F4, multiply by 100, and you should get an index. Wait, it's exact same. It's the exact same now, but as I pull this formula down, you'll see that the values are going to change slightly. Here I got some hundreds, but here it's only 96. Here's another 100, that's 96. So the long-term index changes. What's the difference? These hundreds means the price went up, but these 90s mean it's less than the original $4 price. So it's all relative. Here I'm comparing back to the original price. Let's get that formula one more time. Equals. Click the current price, divide by the original price, and then hit F4. Now, if you're not on a PC and you don't have the F4 button, you can also do this. Well, I'm going to refer back to that $4.032. You can actually type 4.032 and then multiply by 100, and you'll get that value. Pull it down with the formula bar. Oh, I got 10 more years to pull it down all the way to the bottom, right there. And I now have a long-term index. Everything starts the same. Even the first month, it's the same, but then the formulas are going to change up as time goes on. Look at the formula. Look at this first formula from the last video. Look at the formula from the second video, this video, and you'll notice the only difference is right here, that you're going to type in that initial value. How come? It never changes. All right, one last time, then I'm going to make the graph. Current value divided by the original value, type F4, multiply by 100. Got that value? Pull it all the way down. Ta-da! Now that my values are highlighted, I can go to Insert. All these charts, I'm going to pick the line chart. And you can see that how the numbers change over time. There's still some ups and downs, still some wrinkles, but overall I can see it kind of, the ice cream prices increases and then it sort of levels off, a little dip here, but it stays relatively similar for the past 3 or 4 years. If you put a nice label on this chart, that's a good chart for the homework week 4 assignment. to make a long-term index. You've seen month by month, you've seen long-term. The last video for this week, I'm just going to show you how to calculate average and overall percentage change from the indexes. But you now know how to collect data, you now know how to calculate indexes, put it together. Check out the last video for percentage change.